All right. I want to give thanks to the great mother, the ancestors. I want to give thanks to the great mother, the ancestors, the maternal ancestral spirits, the archangels, the angels, and the ancestors themselves. I share you, Bobo. Happy Sunday. Peace. Hey, I didn't forget you, family. Don't think I forgot about you. I ain't forget. I ain't forget about you, Sloan. I ain't forget. I ain't forget, bro. I just been having a little time right now. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you about that. I'll call you, let you know what's going on my end. So, uh, I'm a little late on this, and I lost track of time because I was in my deepest thoughts, thinking about some stuff, dealing with life, you know. So here it is. Gaia is evolving. She's transforming. Um, there's things going on about Africa splitting in two, but I found out that information that's talking about what scientists are saying that's going to actually happen. But they said the reason for that because it's going to be another ocean created out of that. Dr. York talked about that years ago too, about a lot of these countries going to be underwater. Um, but here's the thing. I said in one of my lives that Earth core is the heart of Earth, and that the fire or the volcanoes is a part of her. It's her blood. That's when she's bleeding. People don't know that, but that's a part of Earth's blood. Is or plasma is the volcano, the lava. So now since the veil is being lifted and there's no more veil, there's certain creatures from the depths of the sea. Yeah, there's certain creatures from the depths of the sea that's going to be more visible. What is going on? A lot. The the veil of the spirit realm is no longer. It don't even exist anymore. It don't exist anymore. A lot of people starting to see more shadow figures. A lot of people starting to see a lot of things in the shadows, and a lot of different beings are coming out in the forefront. Yeah. There's no AI and none of that stuff going on. You got people out here now. In Australia, they found the creature. Damn, they look like a daggone spider. Whatever the case may be, I can't even call it. But a lot of things are coming out. Another thing is that my fellow brothers and sisters in Haiti or IT, they know about a saying that they don't go out late at night because of the mermaids. You know, they come out. They're saying mermaids are actually real. They're seeing a lot of that in Haiti. They've been saying that for a long time. In Louisiana, I spoke on the werewolves. They called them, I think, Lugaroo or Rougarou, one of the how they pronounced them. That's actually coming out. That's being treated as documentaries on that. And they actually have film that's really true on that. There's a black man that literally said his time in Louisiana, he really did see a werewolf when he asked his woman out on a date. She gave him the wrong address, and it was a basketball court. This is documented. It's a true story. He went to the basketball court, and there was nothing but he went to the place, and there was a basketball court there, and the lady wasn't there until then. When it got 12 o'clock at night, this werewolf came, and the werewolf had breasts like a woman, which was a female werewolf. So, yeah, a lot of stuff is going on out here. How you doing? I can't pronounce your name, but are you? Is that Kashana Hatcher? I think that's how you pronounce it, I guess. But how you doing? So I'm just saying a lot of stuff that they're not talking about, and mainstream media not talking about. They're not going to show it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what this person talking about. Review this. But yeah, they got that stuff going on right now. I was on Instagram, I think, and there was a little girl. The Instagram on here. A little girl was pointing under her bed, and there was 4 cops, and she was pointing under her bed, and she was crying, literally crying, and the cops didn't know what was going on. So that little baby seen something. So like I said, the veil is not, listen, they keep on saying it's weak. No, it don't exist anymore. Rod Hayes did a video with somebody, and he said that a lot of these beings are literally walking amongst us as humans, and they're not really humans. They're something else. You have the furries all and walking around as humans. I'm not saying this stuff to sound crazy. You got people walking around here, you thinking that they're human and they're not. That's that old saying when people say, be careful who you entertain, because you don't know who you're entertaining. You know, you also have people that's walking around that's seeing people that look like reptiles, like literally. They have the slit eyes and everything. They call them reptilians and all of that. Exactly, Pisces the King. Exactly. You notice that too. So that's what's going on. There's many people talking about they're seeing reptilians. There are people saying, yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's why I said the veil is no longer, is gone. All my real subscribers that know, they know what I'm talking about. I talked to a couple of them on off of here. So Gaia merged. She literally merged, like, with the spirit realm. So now you gotta be careful what you say too, because it's now the manifestation. When you speak on something, it will manifest like that now. So be careful what you say out there. Okay. That's how potent is the whole emergence of the spirit realm and the physical is that powerful now. And everybody's talking about the Lion's Gate. That is also connected to this too. That Lion's Gate is very powerful. It's a gateway, it's a portal. So you got to be careful what you say out there. Think positive thoughts. Don't think nothing negative. Don't say nothing negative. Speak positive. Okay. That ends on August 12th. All right. So we have how many days? I think today's the 3rd, right? Let me see. Yeah. So we got like 9 days. Hey, you see all that Pisces the King, how it went from all these people? That's how you know that's homeboy people. But we're going to get into that another time. Because I know he's spying to see what I'm talking about so he can come up with some more information. But, so, here you go. Everything that we see, a lot of time you think it's real, but it's not. Be careful on what's going on in the news media too, because they also play a part in this. They're not telling you everything that's going on. Also, underwater wars, matter of fact, that's going on too, that they're not really talking about with governments and the people that's actually underwaters. They're not talking about this, but this is happening also. This is why I said the veil itself is gone. So I'm gonna keep on going. I don't care what YouTube is doing, but I'm gonna keep on going. Keep your eyes and ears open for different changes in the world. More earthquakes, more natural disasters, more hurricanes, more tornadoes, more floods, more landslides, more sinkholes. A lot of meteor showers, all that stuff. A lot of IFOs, identified flying objects, they call them UFOs. That's going to start coming out even more. More discoveries, scientific discoveries dealing with the paranormal. Okay. They're really going to put out there how everything is parallel. They're going to start putting that out there soon. Okay, just keep your eyes open how they're going to start putting stuff out there, saying stuff is parallel, there's a parallel universe, all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. And don't be surprised they start talking about how there are multi-dimensions and all that other stuff too. How you doing? So don't be surprised they start talking about this, okay? We are actually in the age of things are starting to come to fruition and things are going to start revealing itself. A lot of exposure on different pyramids. They're going to find out different pyramids all across the planet again. They're going to start really talking about stuff. They're going to start talking about things that's scientific breakthroughs and all of that. Okay, but a lot of them are not scientific breakthroughs. It's already been here. It's already been used. Um, you're gonna have children. A lot of children that are coming are going to be advanced. What do I mean by that? A lot of children are going to start being born, and at a certain age, they're going to start being able to hold their necks up without you supporting it. And a lot of them are going to stare at you like they know you. Some of these children that are coming back are ancestors or old souls. A lot of them. But I also urge everybody to be careful who you lie down with, because if your energy is not compatible with, if it's not compatible with that person, you don't know what kind of child you want to give birth to. Because also you don't even know if that mate of yours is actually from here or not. I know it sounds crazy, but these beings can mate with you too. I know it sounds wild, right? But I'm telling y'all, I'm not making this stuff up. I will give you an example that you got people out here that literally tell people that they're demons. You better believe that. You got people out here saying that they're demons. You better believe it. Okay? That's all I got to tell you. You got people saying all kinds of crazy nonsense that's like out of this world. You better take heed to it and walk away from them. If you can run, you better run. Because there are portals that are open on this planet, y'all. There's wormholes that's being open on purpose, and portals being open on purpose. On purpose. I say once again, on purpose. The veil is no longer around. There is no way they gonna listen. You're not gonna be able to close a lot of these goddamn portals. I will give you a prime example. Aleister Crowley himself, wherever his home is a huge portal. Huge portal. Okay, he didn't know how to close the portals when he was alive. They even had a character named after him, I think, on the show Supernatural. So I'm just letting y'all know. And also he was a big influence on the Beatles too. So I just want to put that out there, that you're going to start seeing some stuff out of this world. Be careful, because if you're sitting in your home and you have the light on, if you see a shadow figure and then hurry up and move back, that's what I mean. I seen that stuff like that in the past. Matter of fact, I seen that happen to me back in, let me see, I'm trying to do the numbers. 22 years ago it happened to me. I'm 44 now. I was over at ex-girlfriend's house, and we went over a friend of hers house, and I'm downstairs playing my Xbox 360. That's how long ago it was. I'm in downstairs playing the game. And I literally saw this shadow figure with these claws, and when I looked back, it went back. Next thing you know, my ex ran downstairs and said she saw the same thing. Okay? This stuff is real. I'm not making this shit up. This is why you need to also cleanse your homes. I tell people, go to your nearest botanica. Those that practice Santeria. Go to the nearest priestess that's in the Santeria store. Ask for holy water. Ask them what you can do to cleanse your home. I know it sounds crazy, but now you're going into the spiritual realm, meeting the material or the real world now. A lot of people have open vessels. What do I mean by that? A lot of people opening up their vessels because of the music. Because of the music they're listening to. Okay, the music they're listening to, those vibrational tones. By these people having open vessels, they get walk-ins. Then you also have sleeper cells all around. That I really tell y'all right now: get your minds right, get your heart right, and keep your eyes open. This is not no fear mongering. I'm putting it out there so y'all can know what the hell is going on. There's a lot of stuff that they're not talking about. Okay? Everything is dealing with vibrational tones. And if your mind is not strong enough, your vessel not strong enough, you will be able to have a walk-in come in on you. And you say, what is a walk-in? A walk-in is an entity that can walk into your spirit, into your vessel, and take over that. And you wouldn't even know. It's a form of possession. Okay? So this is what's going on in our realm right now. Okay? This is stuff that they're not really talking about. That's why everybody keeps on saying the veil is thin and all of that. No. It's not that it's thin. It's gone. It's gone. No, your vessel, if you're not right in the mind, you're going to be easily influenced, if that makes any sense. This is not to scare you. This is not to bring fear. This is not fear-mongering thing. I'm just telling you what is serious out there. This is why you have to go through cleanses and everything. How you doing, Mother Shelley? This is why you gotta go through cleanses and everything. People think that this is a joke. Like I told y'all, the veil is gone. Don't every YouTuber that's spiritual keep on saying the veil is thin. No, y'all. I love all of them. They know that what they mean by thin. They put it in lame terms. They letting you know that the veil is gone. That's what they trying to tell you. They don't want to scare nobody. I love all of them. They don't want nobody to know that the veil is gone. That's why I tell people, be careful who you lie down. Keep that in mind. There's stuff going on in the spirit realm that we cannot see. Those that cannot see, you won't be able to see it. There's wars going on everywhere you go. Not just in space, not just, here in the physical, but in the spirit. It's war. Don't get it twisted. There's also agreements going on too, and treaties and stuff going on in the spirit realm too. They're not talking about all of that, but it is. There's a lot of stuff going on, because at the end of the day, you have multiple type of beings, multi-dimensional, extraterrestrial, all of that. You got beings in the water. You got beings that can travel time, all of that. I know it sounds so crazy, like Star Wars, but they put the stuff in Star Wars, which is crazy, and they call it science fiction. But like one of the brothers years ago, when did science ever become fiction? Because you go to school and learn about science. So when did science ever become fiction? So the next thing I want to let y'all know is how the people that were in power, what they use, the musical tones and vibrations that they use. Before anything, a lot of these artists that sold out, they have a room that they go to, and what they do, they bring forth. They study our science, by the way. I want to talk to my melanated brothers and sisters. They study our science, and they make what you call shrines. Let's just say shrines of certain deities, and they let that particular artist become one by forcing it on them with that deity, or whatever you want to call it, that deity. That's what they do. So they've been doing that for a long time now. Okay. They're using our science for their doing. They've been doing it for a long time now. This is the beginning of the final countdown or showdown. Everybody want to know what I'm talking about. Easy. I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. In order for things to get realigned and get back to how the way it was when there was peace, the healers have to finally wake up out their slumber. The healers, who you call in the Hopi prophecy, they call them the rainbow warriors too, because they're the healers. In the Bible, they call them 144,000. That's what they call them. That haven't happened yet, but it's about to start happening soon. I cannot give y'all a date, but many people are hearing the ringing sound in their ear, high pitched ringing sound. That is a call Then a lot of people also in the past heard the horns being blown, the trumpets being blown. Look, those that have ailments, mental ailments, health, any type of ailment with their health, y'all are the divine healers sent here. Many of you have intuition and power beyond measure spiritually. Some of your intuitions are high, very high. Premonitions, all of that. All of this is connected to what's going on right now on this planet. All of that. Many of you have been hearing Gaia speak, and she don't just have she speaks through nature to you. And sometimes you can see things going on in nature, if that make any sense. You are also super sensitive to the spirit realm. I'm talking to those that are watching, anybody that's going to watch this after that. If y'all get the high-pitched ringing in your sound, those that's watching, give me the thumbs up. You know, I just want to know, because I'm telling you, this going to a whole nother stratosphere with this. Because it's all interconnected to the spirit, what's going on in space or the universe, is also what's going on in the waters, everything. Many of you have been selected by the Great Mother herself. Now, I was watching a video. See? Bing. Did I tell you? See? All that. Boom, boom. All of that. Y'all two just said that. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not making this stuff up. Here it go. What's happening? Y'all been selected. I spoke on Mommy Water the last stream I did. I spoke to a Babalawo last night. A Babalawo is a high priest in Ifa. That's the word Babalawo means father of secrets. That's what it means. Okay. I spoke to a Babalawo last night, and I asked him, did he heard of Mommy Walter? He said yes. He told me who she is. She also deals with both good and bad. And he said that very beautiful and everything. And she's known in Central Africa and also West Africa. Now, those that been to Africa know that Nigeria, Benin, and all of them is, I think, in West Africa. They know about her. Here's the thing. There's a story they're also dealing with the Dogon tribe. They said they come from the stars, but they also connected to a group called the Nomos. So they all Dogon is dealing with something called Dagon. The Dagon is also the fish. The fish headdress is worn by the Pope. Don't believe me? Look it up. That's a part of our science. Everything that they're doing over there in the Vatican, they got that from us. They're praising Mommy Walter, who you call Mary. That's who she is. She is the Virgin Mary. This is what they don't want to tell you. You've been selected, those that get the high-pitched ringing sound and all of that. You've been selected, or may I say you've been called. Many of you going to take the call. Some of you going to be like, man, I ain't ready for that stuff. Y'all are totally connected to the spirit realm. Y'all are totally connected to this realm. Y'all are totally connected to the multiverses. The same thing that the MCU talk about, the multiverse, you are all connected to that multiverse. I hope y'all feel and understand and understand, overstand and understand what I'm saying to you. Which means you have a divine spirit in you. You have a divine spirit in you. You are a healer. You are a warrior. You have been selected and called. It is up to you if you want to take that. Okay? It is up to you, because many of you are going through struggle. I mean, serious struggle. Some stuff that is unbelievable. It could be finances. It could be health. It could be just not getting a break at all. But you're still here. Why? Because you have heard the call and you're going through these metamorphoses, these transformations, these changes. For some reason, your spirit won't let you give up. Okay? So you are the ones, they're also connected to being light workers and all of that. Y'all have high intuition, high spiritual gifts. Many of y'all probably have pulsating hands, meaning that you can heal with your hands. I really hope y'all following me on this, because it's all connected to the spirit realm too. Because in the beginning, you were what they call an etheric being, a spirit being in the spirit realm, in the ancestral realm, and you were called to come down here, meaning that you were selected to come down here. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Okay? Many of you watch, the sister probably watch Conjure Queen and some others that talk spirituality and all of that, and you know they legit. Some of you heard Bobby Hammond and all of that. That's the people that you should be listening to also. Not just me, but I'm telling you, all the stuff that I say, a lot of them are saying. Okay? And all of them, they can go higher and get into other things because their channel have higher views than me, or people that watch them, they listen to them. Conjure Queen, she's on point about a lot of stuff that she say. Remedy H is good as well. Brother Yosef, he's a good one too. Hood Mystic, Black Witch Yaya, Real Calm, Real Kaya, the Black Conjuring, she's great too. A lot of them know what's going on. I'm just naming the ones that I listen to, just a few of them. They know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? They know about the Anunnaki, all of that. Mainly Conjure Queen. She was on somebody's channel. I think it was B. Dell's channel a while ago. When he started talking about stuff like a couple months, or not last year, talking about stuff that's going to take place. And she popped up in his chat and started talking about the Anunnaki and all that other stuff. Okay? So, another thing I want to share with you connected to all of this. If you have AN or ON or EL, I'm just saying some of them, in your name, that means that you have a direct connection to the Anunnaki as well. I'm just naming certain ones. I'm not saying all of them, because I know how people come on my channel. Those that know that's my subscribers, they know that somebody come over and take my information and then they'll downplay it and make it something they came up with it and use their own words. So I can't say too much. But if you have the letters AN, EL, ON, and what's the other word? And ER, right? ER is actually Ray. RE, that's Ray, or that's connected to Ra, which is also connected to L. Had to look at y'all names carefully. That is also connected to the bloodline of those that are called the Anunnaki as well. That is also connected to those that were actually in ancient Atlantis, what they called Lemuria. So y'all been here in other lifetimes before. This is also what I want to let y'all know. To let you know y'all had other incarnations here. Y'all had other incarnations here. This is not the only incarnation that you've been in. Many of you probably had dreams and visions in ancient civilizations, and you're trying to figure out what that Sam hell is going on. Some of you probably sat down at your job or at home, and you just sitting there daydreaming. You could have saw a premonition or a vision of being in another civilization, or you probably saw a man or a woman or a child in an ancient civilization. More than likely, that was you, and you're seeing how the way you were in that lifetime. It is also significant what you have in your DNA, in your bloodline, because more than likely, don't be surprised that years later, that science will find out that that's what you were in another lifetime. Don't be surprised. I've been figuring this stuff out for a long time, just putting all the pieces together. This is why I said you had other incarnations in this lifetime. Other incarnations. Know it or not, some of you were other nationalities. Let me see. What is the out-of-body experience? Where are you seeing yourself about? I'm trying to understand the question, T-Time. I'm trying to understand the question. Maybe it's the way it's worded. What is the out of body experience? Oh, you talking about what is the out of body experience? That's when your soul or spirit leave the body. Your etheric body, your real body that's inside this vessel, it leaves the body and it can travel into the etheric realm. Okay? It goes into the etheric realm. But that's very dangerous, though. That's very dangerous. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why it's dangerous. Now, I need everybody to follow me on this. When you have OBE, an out-of-body experience, if you stay out too long, an entity can enter your vessel and you won't be able to get back into it. And you'll be stuck in limbo. It's very dangerous. That's very dangerous. I tell anybody, if you're going to do that, you have to have certain crystals on you. I don't want to put all that on YouTube, though. That's the only, I can't take, listen, there's so many things I want to say. I'm already going out my way saying certain things. You know what I'm saying? But, because those that talk to me personally on the phone, they know why. You know what I'm saying? So, you really need to be careful with that. Do not do it at will, because I knew an old friend who I took under my wings, hard-headed dude, hard-headed as hell. I kept on telling him, do not do that. He was learning from somebody else. Excuse me, it was this guy, this Arab guy that he knew that was doing it at will, and he was doing the same thing. Long story short, no problem, T-Time. Long story short, that Arab guy, he was married or engaged to a so-called black woman. She told him to stop doing that, right? I told him, the brother name that I was mentoring, his name is Joe. His name is Joe. I told Joe to tell his friend, like, Joe, tell your friend stop doing that. Joe's fiance told him to stop doing that. So I told Joe, I said, well, tell his fiance they need to go to see a matrina. A matrina is a Santeria priestess. A matrina or patrino. Okay, the patrino is the Santeria priest. I said they need to go there because they had one out there where they were at. And when his fiance went there, she was at home because she knew about the whole energy. She felt it, right? Meanwhile, she got incense and everything for, when he do the astral projection. Joe told me one day, dude did another out-of-body experience. And he said, when he came back to his body, this entity was sitting on his body. And he said he woke up. Guess what? He brought that entity back with him. Joe haven't heard from him since, or the fiance. Okay? That's how dangerous this stuff is. That's why you cannot play with that. If you know how to do it, good. And if you know how to master it, good. You know what you have to do with that. Because some of us can do that too. If not all of us can do that. But you got to be careful when you do that. Because I just now told y'all there's no more veil. Like I said, everybody's saying it's thin. No, it's gone. For right now, it's gone. Because the stuff that's happening right now with Gaia herself. Because the simple fact is she's transforming like I told y'all. She's transforming. Everybody calling it a shift. No, it's not just a goddamn shift. It's the simple fact that she's a living organism. She's a living organism, and we're actually on her. Get what I'm saying? And to top all of that, by her being a living organism, she's transforming and evolving, which means she is merging with the realms. Does that make sense? Because this is how serious this is. She's merging with the realms. Okay? That is why people not paying attention to this whole Lion's Gate real carefully. This is a part of her transformation. This is a part of it. Because Mother Shelley sent me a video about her brother that was breaking down everything I said about the natural disasters. She gave me the video, confirmed I knew exactly what I was talking about. And she called me and talked to me. And I can't talk to her and many others that be watching the channel. And we know what's going on because we observing everything. So the thing is, those that are watching, I'm letting y'all know, you have been selected. You heard the call, the high pitched ringing sound. That is a call. That is mean that you've been called upon, and that you are literally one of the divine ones that came here. That you're totally protected by the Great Mother herself. You get what I'm saying? I rushed right back. See, T-Time, you just said I rushed right back in my chest once I said, you said once I saw myself sitting there. Good. Let me tell you, you have that gift. Be careful with that, though. Okay? Be careful with that, because the guy Joe, by him being hard-headed, he did that many other times. And what happened? Let's just say he called one of the brothers that I know. Brother named William Jolly Bay. I talk about him all the time. And he told Brother William Jolly Bay that one of the ancestral spirits told him to slit his wrist. And that wasn't one of the ancestral spirits. That was a walking that he brought back. That was a spirit or entity he brought back with him from the spirit realm. That was an entity he brought back from the spirit realm when he astral projected. It was trying to convince him to slit his wrist. Now you tell me what you think about that. You know what I'm saying? This is not to scare anybody. I'm just telling you what's in the spirit realm and what you got to be careful of. We got people being under attack spiritually. People are trying to cast spells on other people. Whenever you out, let me tell you, if it's a nice day out and it's not hot, I'm gonna give you a little advice. If it's not a hot day where you at, and if it's nice summer-like weather, or even if it's cold or cool, get a hoodie. Put the hoodie on your head. You're protecting your crown. You're protecting your crown. Trust me on that. You're protecting it. You're protected from psychic attacks and everything else. I'll give you a little pointer on that. Trust me on that. Because the psychic attacks going on too. People are going in people's psyches and trying to go to war with them in the astral realm as well. That's another thing. That's why I kept on saying the spirit realm is pretty much the veil is gone. You got people out here going into people's heads in their sleep and attacking them. I can tell you a story that I went through when I was 28, 29. Okay, I'll give y'all a story because this is interconnected. But I'm trying to tell y'all. I was 28 and I was literally asleep, and I had a war taking place with me and somebody else. I'm not gonna say who it was, and we were fighting in the astral realm, and I got hit in this eye right here. I woke up and I had a star in my eye right there, and this eye was fine. I think this is the same eye that Horu got hit right there. I think that's the same eye, and I had this eye fine. And I told that to others, and they was like, yo, all the people I was around, they was all spiritual New Wabians and everything. Yeah, something like something like Nightmare on Elm Street. So when I woke up, that star in my eye, they was like, yo, you know that's the same eye that Huru got hit and got his eye taken out? I said, no, I didn't know that. They said, yeah, the right eye is good though. I said, damn. This stuff is real, man. I'm trying to tell you, you got people that will attack you spiritually in your sleep. That's why I always try to wear a crown on my head or a cap on my head when I'm on these live streams. Because you don't know who's watching you even in the physical. That's why you also wear talismans or carry talismans with you or crystals with you, because a lot of people don't have good intentions. Point blank period. You also have people down here that were kicked down here. And that's where you get the whole fallen ones from. The FALLEN, they are the ones that got kicked down here. The ones that volunteered down here are different, and theirs is spelled FALLING. If you don't believe me, look up the differences between that in the dictionary. So therefore, therefore, we're dealing with so many things in this realm that don't make any sense, because what they don't tell you is that this planet used to be a battlefield too for different beings. They don't tell you that. This planet used to be a battlefield for different beings. And we talking about millions and if not billions of dollars of years ago. They don't tell you all this, but I'm telling you. Because scientific data that they have in this realm don't go too far back unless you're in those underground cities that they've been talking about and other things. Okay? Unless you really know how many light years old you are and all that other stuff, then you already know. Okay? So that's why I said all this stuff that's occurring, that is going on in this realm, is utterly ridiculous. You got what I'm saying? And Pisces the King and everybody still on here, I'm gonna let you know. I kept on seeing my numbers are fluctuating. I'm letting everybody know that don't be surprised if somebody is watching my channel, they going back on their channel talking about something similar or trying to talk about some nonsense. Do not be surprised. Okay? Do not be surprised. But I'm telling y'all what's really going on. So when you start seeing crazy things going on, those that have grandchildren, little children, if your child, grandchild, see something in their room and they say nana, grandma, granddad, whatever, or if you have a child and they say, Dad, I see something in my room. I know it sounds crazy, but believe what they saying to you. And I don't want to say believe, I hate to use that word, but just listen to what they gotta say. Because things are going on that don't make any sense. My children see stuff all the time, and they tell me. My daughter said she saw spirits in her school, her and her friend. So I'm telling y'all, the veil is not thin like people thinking. It's, for right now, is this, because Gaia's going through these changes and she's merging. I don't know how long the merge going to take place, but she's merging, and that's what they try to say. Shift. The shift is a merge. It's a merge, and it's a transformation. It is a transformation, and it's a merge. So now, when the 12th is over with, as far as the Lion's Gate, she's still going to be going through metamorphosis, because she's alive. You said my son used to see many Martin. You said Martin Lawrence's in his room years ago. Maybe that was a spirit disguising itself as Martin. You gotta think about that. I know it's not funny, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe they were trying to disguise themselves because they disguise themselves as people that people might like and all that other stuff too. So be careful with that also. They could have been positive, or they could have been negative. They could have tried to get them comfortable to come to them. So there's stuff like that. You got to be careful also with that. You got what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you about the children and also about people like us. We have a gift. We have a gift. Okay? The gift is, including your granddaughter, Mother Shelley, the gift is a lot of us have what they call mediumship. Mediumship is those that can speak to people that's that passed on, or they can come to us and might have a message to give to their loved one. But the thing is, a lot of us not open to that because of the fear factor, because how the way they might come to us. And I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Many of us are not ready for that. Many of us are not ready for that. It's something that is a scary type look. You know what I'm saying? And we got to try to block the fear. And I know it's so easy to say. I'm going to give y'all a story real quick again, because I got a lot of stories to back up what I say. I had an ex-girlfriend. I know I have a lot of exes, right? I know. I had an ex-girlfriend. I was like the same age, 28, 29. And she taught me astrology. She used to live in Detroit, and she told me about a young lady that was unalived. A baby, like little girl, was unalived, and I think it happened in Detroit or something. And I think her father drove the car into the water. Now follow me on this. I'm on the phone with her now. I'm on the phone with her. And she said what happened, they were trying to help the detectives during that time. Man, I asked her, I said, did the little girl have blonde hair? They was like, yeah. I said, I think I asked blue eyes, they was like, yeah. And I started getting a cold chill, like the sixth sense. I started getting a cold chill in my old house in my room. My oldest child was at school. I'm in the house by myself. I started getting a cold chill in my room. And look, y'all, my room was hot. And I started getting a cold ass chill, like the sixth sense. The little girl came in my room and started talking to me. I couldn't, I didn't even want to hit, listen. I didn't want to hear. I told him, like, look, y'all, stop talking about it. I don't want to talk about it. And I just said, let's go to another topic. And that's what I did. I ain't want to talk because the little girl was right there. And I was feeling cold as hell. I was like, yo, I can't. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want to talk about that. So that's what happened. So by the children having these visions and having these things happen to them, they are mediums and that's been passed down from the mother's mother and the mother's mother's mother. It's been passed down by the mitochondria. Same thing with the boys, with the men. You have these spiritual gifts that have been passed down from the mother. It all started from the mother's mother and the mother's, all of that. The mitochondria is very serious, y'all. Please understand that. Even the father had to get the mitochondria from his mother, the X chromosome from his mom. So I'm just letting you know it's been passed down. That's why I'm so adamant about the sisters waking up, because of the simple fact is this planet is feminine. This planet is very feminine, even down to the Kundalini. The Kundalini is feminine. Look it up, y'all. The Kundalini, Kundalini. I'm trying to make sure I spelled it right. Look that up. It will let you know it is actually feminine. Okay? That's connected to that spinal cord and to connect to all the chakras in your body. Okay? Some of you already have certain chakras activated. That's why you're able to feel the energies of different people and energies from other people and also from the spirit realm. Some of you can even feel when you're not in a house by yourself when nobody's there. Okay? So keep that in mind. All this stuff I'm telling you is actually fact. I'm not just talking to be talking. Okay? Y'all need to understand who you really are in this realm. You need to know and start seeing yourself differently. And you're not superior to nobody, just that your spirit is operating on a different frequency. It's operating on a very high frequency. Very high frequency. Okay? Which means that you're very sensitive to energies. I really need y'all to get that. By the veil being pretty much kaput right now and Gaia going through transformations, keep your eyes open and protect your energy from those that's trying to take it, because you have energy vampires out there. Because once they know that you are one of those that have been called, they will find everything in their power to convince you or entice you to try to get some of that energy from you. Because a lot of these energy vampires fell from their own divinity. And I know that sounds wild, right? But they did. Because they did not listen, they did not take heed what they were being told by somebody that came to them. What about somebody don't like you, you just run and hold up. Let me read it right. What about when somebody don't like you, just go away without even knowing you yet? That's a sign too, because also I'm gonna take that look at it like this. When somebody do that, your energy could be higher than theirs, and they might see the light or the aura within you because you probably have an auric field up. The auric field, it comes from you, from within you, and it projects outwardly. Let me say it again. The auric field starts from within you and it projects outwardly to protect you from any energy vampiric activity or anybody that's negative. Okay? That's what that is. More than likely. Because certain people are on low frequencies, or they could be vampiric, or they could be a negative entity in a physical body, and they see your auric field up and they cannot attach to you. They can't latch on. Does that make sense? So keep that in mind, because you got all kinds of things going on down here. So many things going on down here. I will tell you another story. I mentioned this before. I think I mentioned this before. I was at this place called Lexington Market here in Baltimore before they remodeled and made a new one. Okay, well, before they constructed a new one. I was in this place called Lexington Market here in Baltimore, Maryland. And this is when I was working. I was literally getting ready to go to work. This brother was like 6'4". I'll say 6'4", 6'5". Follow me on this. He was already walking side to side like this, pacing like this. But he did this number. He looked around like this. He had a cup of ice in his hand. He looked around like this. And he did like this. His tongue came out like this. Like a leg, like a lizard. Came out like this. Folded out like that. Wrapped his tongue around. And it went back in his mouth when he had some ice in it. The orange aura, I'm gonna come back to you on that. Tea Time, email me and I'll give you the information on that. Okay? Email me, because I know you got questions. Email me. If you don't have my email, it's I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna spell it out for you. It's B as in Bob, R as in Randy, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, D as in Donald, O as in Orange, N as in Nancy, F as in Frank, O as in Orange, R as in Rod, T as in Thomas, E for Eden, 48@gmail.com. I'm always on my email. Email me and I will give you the information on that. Okay? Because, now where was I? Yeah, so the guy did that. He wrapped his tongue out like a daggone lizard and wrapped that shit right back around, and the ice went in his mouth. He saw me and did like this. And he tried to run at me. And I ran all around damn near the Lexington Market until I didn't see him anymore. And I went back to the same spot where I saw him. I didn't see him, and I went back and I went to work. I either had to go to work or I had got off from work. It was one or the other. But I never saw that before, and I called the brother William Jolly Bay like, yo, I just saw this goddamn dude. He had a cup of ice. He looked around like this, and then his tongue wrapped around it came out, wrapped around the ice, and wrapped back in his mouth. He was like, get the hell. I'm like, yeah, I saw one. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Christ is the King. I appreciate it, brother. I'm glad he answered that because I got so much I gotta talk about. But that's one of the things. T-Time, I hope you see that. He said the orange, the aura color orange signifies creativity, passion, and sensuality. That's good. That's a good thing. Real good. Also, let me see what else. When it comes down to it, keep your eyes on, how can I put this? Keep your eyes on everything that is going on in your neighborhood, and also keep your eyes on everything that's going on with the weather patterns in your state and even other states. Whatever state near you, keep your eyes on that too. Okay? Keep your eyes on the animals and their patterns. I can tell you in so many different ways that I've seen stuff. I've literally seen before, when I met my children's mother, And I told this, I think, the mother Shelley. I can't remember. I don't know if I told this to Pisces the King or any other anybody else. When I met their mother before they were born, I seen 13 hawks flying clockwise and 13 others flying counterclockwise above one another. Now, years later, now you do the number 13. What? 13 and 13. That's what? That's 8. Think about it. That's 6. But 3 plus 3 is what? 6. Then you had what? You had 2. That's 8. That's 720 degrees. That's 720. That's also dealing with infinity and all that. That also equals the number 9. The number 9 deals with divine completion, which means when my children came here, before my children came here, I drew a pentagram for my daughter and a hexagram for my son. And I put down what they were going to be when they got older and how powerful they were going to be. When they came here, my son's supposed to be is a spiritual warrior. My daughter, she's a spiritualist, and then she's a warrior too. But here's the thing. The point that I'm making is that was a portal that was opening up in that location that we were at. Which means that specific womb was going to bring them here. I have a lot of stories that I have went through, experiences and stuff like that. And the stuff that I come here to tell y'all is from experiences and stuff that people that I sat around and they told me their stories. And none of them lied about their stories. And a lot of them educated me on the stuff I'm telling y'all about. And I've been reading and researching through the years. Many of us are indigo children. Now we got crystal children coming. We also have the children of the rainbow coming here. And I'm not talking about people from the alternative lifestyle. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the rainbow children, or the crystal children and so on that's coming here. These are new souls that are coming here. By us being the elders and us being selected to come down here and help heal this planet along with them, we are the ones that's also going to have to guide them as we get older to do what they came here to do. That's how serious this is with the realm is now. I mean, by the veil being gone. Because they are going to be the ones that's going to take over. And a lot of the crystal children are bringing new type of technology here and all of this too. So that's how serious this stuff is. That's all I can have to say right now because I've been on here almost for a whole hour. But keep your eyes and ears open on the weather patterns. Keep your eyes on California. Because I'm hearing that it's going to be an earthquake and tsunami that hit California and going to wipe a lot of it out, and it's going to turn into an island or islands. This is what I'm hearing. Okay. Those in Virginia, the Maryland area, which I'm located at, we got to keep our eyes on the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. And I don't know if y'all know, I want y'all to go online, and see and check if the White House is open. If anybody's watching right now, I want you to check and see if the White House is open. I'm going to drop a little jewel after on that real quick, and then I'm done. Okay? So I just need somebody to look on there and see if they're open or not. Because it's going to show something on there. It's going to show, I think, a pencil or something show that they're permanently open or closed. But I can tell you what it really is if anybody checks me real quick. And then after that, I'm going to leave it alone. Okay? But I'm telling y'all, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that they're not telling you. Keep your eyes also, like I said, on a lot of extra. I haven't heard about the mothership coming in November, but I will tell you this about that. And I'm gonna tell you honestly, if that's the real mothership, the beings coming out of there supposed to look like this. They're supposed to have melanin. If they don't have melanin, don't go for it. But they also have technology to disguise the melanin too. Just keep that in mind. Okay? So, because there's a guy named Rick Smith, Caucasian guy. He did an interview called European Confessions of a Moorish Legacy. That video you can find on YouTube. And he even said out of his mouth, because he was in front of all melanated people. He said, if you see a so-called white extraterrestrial, you better run. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said, you better run. He said, because the Anunnaki really look like us. Or we look like them. Okay? Let me see. Any other questions? Because I really want to make sure I touch what I had to say. Any other questions? Anybody have any questions? Anything else I have to say? Because I said a whole lot in a mouthful. Because whatever download I got, I had to get all that out there, put it all out there so everybody can know. All right. So on that note, beloveds, I want to say I love all of you. Peace, love, light, dark, the supreme balance, which is the yin and the yang, which is the masculine and feminine put together to create what you call a hexagram. And may y'all have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of this little weekend we have left. I will probably come back on here either Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. But I want to say thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all enjoyed everything. And if anybody new, subscribe. We're going to talk about more things. We're building the channel up, and we got other things in the works. Love all of y'all. Peace. Oh, thanks for watching too. All right.